Well, it's a throwback rivalry, and so the Rainbow Wahine donning the throwback uniforms. Welcome to the Stan Sheriff Center, the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup scrolling in the bottom right corner of your screen, and there you go. The presence of the rainbow pattern for Hawaii, coming in 3-2 on the year, ranked 15th in the AVCA poll. UCLA, a perfect 5-0, number 8 in the country, and we're playing volleyball here in the championship game, a true title game for the Hawaiian Airlines Classic. Nikki Taylor, that one dug up in the back row. UCLA plays excellent defense, so expect a lot of those hits to be returned. Nobody returning that swing, though, by Jenny Frager, 6'5" senior from Rancho Santa Fe, California.
The Bruins come up with a lot of digs. They're number 9 in the country right now and keeping the opponent kill percentage down to 0.61. That's playing some good defense.
Narini Asia goes backside. And McKenna Granado able to get into the book immediately. She goes off the block and out. We talk about that UCLA Bruins defense. They played a match earlier in this tournament against Pacific where the two teams combined for 162 digs in a 4-set match.
It's like 20 per team per set. Amazing.
Granado with the serve. The set will go outside. This is Riley Bushler. She's been on this trip for several years now. The 6'1" junior from Del Mar, California. Tops on the team with 3.39 kills per set, hitting 228. And gets it down there, too, serving one here. And there is her dad, Judd Bushler. You may have heard of him. All he did was play 12 years in the NBA and win 3 titles, playing alongside Michael Jordan in the game for the Chicago Bulls.
Who's Michael Jordan?
He's the honorary captain for the Michigan Wolverines football team today.
I saw that.
Back row set to Granado. That one tickled the tape and dug up in the air by Zana Muno. Bushler on the outside off the block. Good save there, Granado. Backside, here's Taylor. The double block up, so she dinks it. Diving save, Formico. Bushler on the outside. Hawaii got the touch. Pancake save, Sibley. Taylor gets a swing. Hawaii maintains possession. Sibley, a true swing on the outside. Nice dig there by Savvy Simo. Bushler puts it down again. And the two sides playing up to their defensive reputations on that sequence. How about the save by Kirsten Sibley?
Nice pop-up by Kirsten Sibley, the young freshman, getting her hand under the ball. And Bushler, well, she's had one terrific tournament.
Sibley, the freshman, taking a swing. Didn't get a whole lot of velocity on it, but just enough to plug it through the block.
The set wasn't, I think, to her liking. She thought it was going to be a real fast-tempoed set. Instead, it had a little more air under it. So she had to kind of step close at the last minute and just sort of tapped it over and wiggled it through for a kill.
This is the 74th meeting between these two programs. Outside set, here's Bushler getting a lot of swings early. She already has 3 kills on 6 attempts, Chris.
Last night she had 39 swings, 17 kills, hit 282.
Struggled on the opening night of the tournament, though. Just 5 kills on 40 swings against Pacific. Bruins in transition. They go to Claire Felix. They're 6'6" middle, dug up by Granado. Taylor from the opposite position. Right there was Muno. Bushler from the back row. Iosia covered it. So Kahakai sets up Taylor. Diving save by Bushler. And this year's rules disallow the team to cross basically the plane of the net to save it back onto their side. So it's a kill for Nikki Taylor.
I don't like that rule. I like it when they can go across the plane and bring it back into the court and sometimes bump it perfectly so somebody could attack it. But I think it probably was a safety issue.
Here's Nikki Taylor. 8 service aces in 2 matches here in 2016. Middle set, Emily Maglio with the hammer.
Oh, some quickness shown by the Rainbow Wahine in transition. Maglio up quickly before Claire Felix could get up.
And we've got quite a buzz of electricity surging through this building right now. Highly anticipated annual matchup.
Big crowd, too.
Good dig there by Nikki Taylor. It goes off the scoreboard, so Kahakai diving bump set to Taylor. Saved over by Muno and then rammed home by Emily Maglio.
That was one cool play. Kahakai reacting off the scoreboard as only she can do.
And it looks like we're going to have a challenge
I think the challenge is going to be whether or not the ball broke the plane of the net. Did Maglio contact the ball when it was entirely on UCLA's side of the net? That's my guess. It's got to break just a fraction of the net to be part.
There's the save by Muno. That looks legal.
Oh yeah, that's easy. That's an easy call. That's an easy call.
Kind of surprising, Mike Sealy deciding to challenge that, but you wonder if there's a little gamesmanship.
I think so. He knows he's got 3 challenges, so why not? It's like getting the timeout. Rainbows are kind of on a roll there. It's one way to slow him down as he challenges, but this is an easy call. It was well on the Wahine side of the net. See this ball across the plane, and then she hits it down. Easy call.
And it will not be reversed. A point for Hawaii. Mike Sealy agrees.
So maybe there was some difference. It's okay. Did he deny my challenge? All I was trying to do is slow the game down.
Hawaii had a little head of steam, so yeah, it put a pause in the action. Nikki Taylor serving out of that pause. And the touch dink by Jordan Anderson, 2-time ABCA All-American, honorable mention. Step out, no blockers up against Felix. Great dig, Kahakai. Taylor against the solo block. Pumps it long, point Bruins, and they dodge a bullet.
Oh, Nikki was chomping at the bit there. A little too much adrenaline there after a terrific dig by Kahakai. She's all alone there, all by herself, no block up.
Kahakai calling off Iosia to set up Sibley, who gets roofed. And it was Jenny Frager, who's tops on the team, entering tonight's match with 28 blocks, 5 of those solo. And she got the gist of that attempt by Sibley.
Lois Formica was finding out where Sibley is, the young fresh, right down the line. She's only passing a tiny part of the court.
That was a rip by Nikki Taylor.
Sibley's only passing a very, Jay Shochi would call a sliver of the court, but they're finding out where she is. They're testing the freshman. And here's Nikki Taylor hitting the ball against one of the best diggers in the country, Taylor Formica. What a volleyball career she's had. Goes to Santa Barbara, wins player libero of the year and all-league, and then transfers to UCLA, and she's had an amazing All-American career there as well.
Yeah, reigning Pac-12 libero of the year. Pancake save, Claire Marie Anderson. Free chance now for the Bruins. Slide goes to Frager, dug up by Taylor. Advantage Hawaii. Megs!
Claire Marie Anderson got her hand, and then she goes right under the ball. Again, she's yelling up right away, making sure the referees know that she got it, trying to convince them in case they weren't sure.
That may have been a challengeable play in the mind of Mike Sealy had he not already used one. Good dig there back over the net by Anderson. Outside it goes. Jordan Anderson dug up by Kahakai. Taylor on the D set. Right there is Muno. Jump set goes to Jordan Anderson. Two-handed in the air by Nikki. So the bump set to Granato. What a save by Bushler, and we play on. Bad second touch, though. Free chance for Hawaii. Maglio blocked, but it goes out.
So Iosia unafraid to set the ball from the 8-foot line and fire it to her middle attackers. Especially when Mags is up. Those two are really connecting well here early in the season.
Mags 4 for 4 right now, swinging at those Iosia nectars. It was a questionable second touch. Now a free chance for Hawaii again. Went to the middle, maybe that time biting off a little more than she could chew. Anderson blocked and roofed. Emily Maglio and Noreen Iosia saying "Aole" here in the first set. And with that, a timeout by the Bruins. Hawaii up 3. Let's check out the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Chris.
Let's harken back to an old James Taylor song, Slip Sliding Away for the Bruins. They've got to run that slide a lot to attack Hawaii's smaller blockers. And for Hawaii, oh, it's easy. Tailor-made. That means Nikki Taylor is just the right fit with this squad. And she carried them the first 2 nights, but I think she's going to need more balance tonight in order to beat the Bruins.
Out of the timeout, Anderson with the serve. It's Jordan Anderson with the swing, though. Good touch at the net. So outside, set goes to Granado. Right there is Taylor Formico. It's what she does. Now Bushler. Right there is Kahakai. Hawaii on the attack. Maglio off the block. Great effort by Muno. But it's a point for Hawaii, and they're up 4. 5-0 Rainbow run.
I got to make a correction on my keys now. It wasn't James Taylor did some sliding away. It was Paul Simon. Apologies out there to the Paul Simon fans.
Thankfully, I'm from a generation where I didn't pick up on that right away.
I don't think you were born.
The roof by Mags in the middle.
And I was just in diapers then, so I don't really know either.
How about Emily Maglio had a career-high 9 blocks last night in the win over Pacific, Chris.
Off to a quick start here in this set as well.
Mistimed in the middle, diving save Anderson. She has been laying out. Now Granado, tough angle, got it through and down. And Hawaii has UCLA doubled up in the first.
How about Iosia going to her knees for that one? Pass wasn't high enough to really get there. But she bent down just enough to get those sweet little hands on the ball.
And we are seeing some of Claire Marie Anderson's best work defensively.
Yeah, she rarely serves out, digs a lot of balls.
Nifty play there by Jordan Anderson, the 6-foot senior from Flower Mound, Texas. Interestingly enough, with the return of Haley Lawless into the lineup from injury, Jordan Anderson not getting the start tonight in a rare move by Mike Seeley.
She was quick to enter, though. I think Mike Seeley knows it. He needs her firepower out there. 2 years at West Virginia, last couple of years at UCLA. High school All-American.
Yeah, she's one of the really good ones here in this game. Mags on the slide. Taylor keeps it alive, so out it goes to Granado. The block stout for UCLA on this sequence. Granado a second time, took something off, dug up by Anderson. She'll get the set on the outside pin. Works it off the block and out. And a couple of points consecutively put together by the Bruins. Anderson averaging 3 kills per set at a .264 percentage clip this season.
Would you agree we're seeing the best volleyball of the year? With all due respect to Wisconsin, I think either of these teams on the floor right now could more than make a good match for Wisconsin.
I agree with that assessment. Taylor not quite locked in at the moment, Chris. That's now her second hitting error. She has 2 kills on 10 attempts. She's flatlining it at the moment.
Yeah, she thought the middle blockers were over there and blocked. That's why she avoided that one blocker, but she didn't need to avoid that one blocker. She could just hit a straight cross court and been just fine.
Greeley overpass, joust at the net, played nicely by Mags off of the ricochet. Granado tries to push it down the line. And the dink sniffed out by Taylor. So Iosia goes high and away. Granado, big swing, but the block was up. Jenny Frager got her paws on it again.
She got most of that. Lawless there as well. That's a big block.
And a 4-0 UCLA run forces Dave Shoji to signal for a timeout. So we'll take a break as well. Hawaii and UCLA at it again. Series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. This is the 74th meeting between these two programs. The last one came last September in this tournament. UCLA winning that one in 4 in what was, as always, a tightly contested battle. In fact, UCLA has won the last 2 meetings. Taylor had to readjust the feet a little bit on the swing from the back row. Jordan Anderson dug up by Kahakai, but into the net. So a point for UCLA. They've now scored 5 straight, and they have worked their way back from down 12-6 to 11 serving 12.
In case you just joined us, it's been a defensive battle so far. Neither team can really side out very well. In order to win in the women's volleyball, you got to side out about 65%. Well, UCLA siding out at 38%, Hawaii at 44%. Not very good numbers.
How about that play, Chris? Noreen Iosia off of the pass from Greeley had to back bump set the pipe to Taylor, and it still worked.
Well, that's the savvy of Noreen Iosia. She knows exactly what's going. Nikki knows that she has a pretty good chance of getting the set, so nice combo.
That is a big-time set by Iosia. Gianna Guinasso with the serve. Taylor tried to play it off the block. Laid out, gotta love the effort. But came up empty. And so it's now 12 serving 13. And Hawaii had some distance But back comes UCLA, and here we are now, gridlocked in a typical UCLA-Hawaii opening stanza.
I think the people getting their money's worth so far.
Ryan Chandler, the setter, with the serve. Here's Taylor on the D-set. A solo blocker up, but Formico still digs it, and they're actually going to call a violation against Taylor. A foot foul there on the 3-meter line. And we're tied at 13. Nikki Taylor, who entered tonight's match, averaging 7.1 kills per set, hitting .480. Going through a little bit of a struggle, at least by her standards. Noreen Iosia with a well-timed dump shot, and Hawaii back up 1.
The pass a little tight to the net, but that's okay if the setter's front row. Setter can go up and joust, dump it down. They can do a one-handed set to the middle.
Good serve by Iosia. Somehow Bruins get it across. Taylor swinging on the first touch. Now Hawaii will play a transition. Here's Taylor from the opposite side. Diving save. Formico does it again. Bushler goes up over the block. Right there is Greeley. Taylor on the backside set. Blocked. So Iosia goes outside to Granato. Finally puts a punctuation mark on that sequence.
What a back set from Iosia. Ball came to her so quickly. She had to flick the ball up. There's the pop-up. It came to her so fast. Most people would double contact that. Somehow they'd hold it, but not her. She's got those sweet velvety hands.
Can also score from the service line. Right side set. The dink by Haley Lawless, sniffed out by Taylor. Middle set. Casey Castillo getting into the book with the kill, and Hawaii up 3.
Hawaii's starting to look good in transition, work in the middle more often.
That's something that Dave Shoji talked about over the last week.
I think Lisa Strand-Ma'a talked about it in the pregame as well. Of course, she's a previous middle. A little biased there, don't you think?
Yeah. Good dig there by Iosia. Taylor trying to time it against a double block. Good save in the back row by Simo. Bushler down the line, missed it wide. Was there a touch? No touch. Point Rainbow Wahine. And they're up 4, 17 serving 13 here in the first. A 4-0 run by Hawaii. So Iosia, the team leader with 12 aces. Again with the serve. Middle, that's Frager putting it down.
I love that pass by Bushler. Nikki Taylor, I think, was trying to pick on her a little bit. She put it right on the money so UCLA could run a play. Great pass by Riley Bushler.
Jenny Frager was flatlining it in this match before that kill. The reigning Pac-12 Offensive Player of the Week. Had a big weekend a week ago at the LMU invitation. Here's Bushler. The block was up. Return to sender, Casey Castillo.
Comes Sibley back in the front row. He's playing that front row, back row with Greeley. And here's a straight down block by Castillo. The right sider turned, converted, middle attacker.
Her 12th block of the season, 18 serving 14. Here's Bushler, the dink. Good save, Sibley. Castillo bump set. Taylor's trying to slide down that net, but hits it into the twine.
I think Nikki Taylor's really trying too hard right now. She's trying to make too much. Put down every ball. She had great percentages the first night. The second night hit for very, didn't hardly make any errors at all. Now all of a sudden she's trying too hard, I think, and needs to just back off and keep the ball in play, not try too hard.
Served by Zana Muno. Middle set Castillo, the dink. Muno with the save. Castillo puts it down. Winning that joust. He was just quicker to the volleyball, and Hawaii back up 4. You know, you talk about Nikki Taylor. UCLA can do that to hitters. They can frustrate you because she's hit a couple of bombs that on any other night they wouldn't be returned, but UCLA's defense can do it.
Exactly. Great defending team.
Here's Maglio in the middle. There's an example, the dig by Simo. Bushler from off the net, got it through, pancake, spatula save by Iosia, but Taylor again denied by the tape.
You gotta remember, this is night number 3 for someone who hasn't played in about a month. I think that's got to be frustrating for Dave Shoji. He's talking to her right now, and I know Nikki's frustrated. She would love to be more consistent. And Nikki's just trying to make too much.
Here's Granado from the back row. Got under it. A point for UCLA, and it's 17 serving 19.
Dave Shoji's got one timeout left, as does Mike Seeley.
Bushler to serve. Team leading 5 aces coming into tonight. Sibley, roofed solo style by Ryan Chandler, the setter. And UCLA back to within 1. We have seen the Bruins rally on multiple occasions in this first set. Timeout, Dave Shoji.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Straub and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Big crowd here tonight for the true championship of the Hawaiian Airlines Classic. Hawaii and UCLA again. And a rivalry renewed. With anticipation there by Maglio. Outside set, Jordan Anderson. Dug up by Iosia. So Savannah Kahakai. Bump set to Taylor. She's been pressing a bit. Sends it long again. She now has 3 kills on 20 swings. That's her 6th hitting error. And she's hitting well into the negatives.
Very uncharacteristic of Nikki Taylor, that's for sure.
It's the first contact there on the serve. Sibley down the line. And she's able to break the tie. So well-timed kill that time by the true freshman.
Sometimes Sibley working the small blocker. Ryan Chandler, at 5'9", the smallest Bruin blocker.
2 kills for Sibley, averaging 2.06 per set coming in. Bump set goes to Anderson, blocked and roofed. Noreen Iosia may have gotten the most of that one.
Mike Seeley not going to call a timeout, going to let his team figure this one out on their own.
And so quickly back at it. Taylor with the serve, the dink, Taylor diving save. Iosia middle set to Mags was a little too low. Chance now for the Bruins. Step out, it's Felix. Missed it wide. But it's going to be overruled. The line judge called it out. Wayne Lee, the referee one on top of the ladder, signaled it in, and Dave Shoji's going to challenge that call. Wayne Lee up on top, Dixon Chun, the referee 2 down on the floor, Harrison Ho and Dean Tamura, the line judges. So Dave Shoji wants to take a look at this. Again, it was ruled or signaled out by the line judge. Wayne Lee overruled him, though, with that top angle. This is a crucial call here, too.
Very crucial. It's either going to be 22-19 Hawaii or 21-20 Hawaii. Big difference. Big swing.
So Dixon Chun puts on the headset. You've been enjoying the review process here in the early part of 2016?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I like it when they get it right. I don't like it when they take too much time. Hard to tell there.
It looks like it may be smack dab on that
pretty
line.
Good. Yeah, it looks like it's good. It's right on the line.
And Dave Shoji, who was previously 7 for 7, has been well documented in reviews. And I think there's a chance that the perfect score finally gets broken. I mean, it couldn't last forever, right?
Right.
But we haven't gotten the official word yet. We are merely speculating. And it is ruled in. So it's a point for UCLA. And it is 20 serving 21. Granado with the pass tight to the net. Iosia was able to sneak it through against Jenny Frager. That's a 6'5" middle that Iosia beat to the punch.
And we're starting to get used to that. She's done that all the time. She wins those jousts. I'd say she's about 90% on her jousts this year so far.
Described by some of the coaches, by other observers, as having the it factor, Noreen Iosia. You agree?
I agree. Yeah, she's really got the high volleyball IQ, that's for sure.
Well, Jordan Anderson has the high swing capacity. You saw it right there. Back to within a point come the Bruins.
Jordan Anderson, 2014 All-American at West Virginia. Made all Big 12. Last year made ABCA All-American again. With shots like that. She's a rocket from that left side, I'm telling you.
So here is Chandler, the 5'9" junior from San Diego. Iosia goes back row to Taylor. Again sends it long. Point UCLA, and we're tied at 22. And the frustration continues here in the opening set for Nikki Taylor. We're tied for the 7th time in set 1.
If you told me that Nikki Taylor would make 8 errors in the first set, I wouldn't guess that Hawaii would even be close.
Here's Granato from the outside. Right there is Formico. So the set high and away to Anderson. The dink. She pulled the string at just the right time. And UCLA vaults ahead at just the right time. A set that has seen 7 ties and 4 lead changes. And the Bruins trying to close in come-from-behind fashion. Maglio off the block. Sliding save, Bushler. Anderson from the outside. Right there's Kahakai. Iosia tracks down the second touch. Bump set. Granato is denied access. Jenny Frager right next to Haley Lawless. That's 6'5" and 6'3", and all of a sudden it's aloha ball for UCLA in the first. Largest lead of this first set for Hawaii was 6. Two-handed by Greeley. Slide goes to Maglio. Was there a touch? It didn't matter. It was in. Point for Hawaii, much needed. They still trail 23, serving 24.
As the men's volleyball team shows up tonight in uniform.
You gotta love that. Shades of Plum.
Hawaii's middles, each hitting over 600.
Shades of the Bozos from the UH men's volleyball team. Gianna Guinasso serves it wide. And UCLA finds a way. Trailing by 6 at one point in that first set. But they're able to rally, and they strike first here at the Stan Sheriff Center.
Rainbow Wahine Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Kaiser Permanente, and Island Air.
Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Let's check in with Ryan Calais. Suji, Ryan.
Hey, thanks, Kanoa. For the past 2 years, UCLA has followed the same game plan when trying to stop Nikki Taylor. Take a look right here. Their game plan and their strategy is to tip the ball over the line blocker when Nikki Taylor's playing in the back row. Not only does it force her to move up and dive for these types of balls, but it takes her out of the offensive pattern. She can't hit the D ball, so continue to look for UCLA to tip over the block and place free ball opportunities short so that Nikki Taylor is unavailable to hit the D ball. Back to you guys.
Let's check tonight's Jack Fact. Career coaches, UCLA's Mike Seeley coached his 200th match for the Bruins last night. This is his 7th season as head coach. Dave Shoji, he's accumulated a few more reps. Last night was his 1,383rd match leading the Rainbow Wahine, but of course they sat on the bench together for several years when Mike Seeley was an assistant for Dave Shoji. Dave describes them as good friends, says that Mike Seeley has become an extension of Andy Banikowski. That's high praise.
Yeah, it really is. Of course, Mike had some early success at UCLA. Second year there, wins the NCAA championship, wins NCAA Coach of the Year.
So UCLA come from behind fashion. They were down by 6 at one point, worked it back to a tie, down by 4 at one point, ended up winning set 1, 25-23. So set 2 underway. Here's Nikki Taylor, struggled in the opening set. Gets dug up there. Now Lawless on the right side goes off the block and out. Nikki Taylor, 3 kills now on 22 swings, had 7 hitting errors in that first stanza. Second team All-American from last year. Middle set goes to Maglio, blocked. Pinballed around on the Hawaii side in return. Middle set, that's Frager off the block and down, and you just see a little more bounce in the UCLA step. Hawaii, not as much lift.
Dave showed you's got Blake really going through the front row this time for Kirsten Sibley, who struggled a bit in that first set. She had 2 kills, 2 errors.
Backside, here's Taylor off the block, saved by Simo. Lawless over the double block. Maglio on the second touch, and Iosia slaps it over. Frager, down it goes.
What versatility. Frager, the first one, she cuts it back across her body. The next one, she hits wrist away, showing a wide fan. Tough to defend someone who hits those kind of angles. Great pass that time from Savi Simo.
Backside, here's Taylor. Nobody returning that one. And that one must have felt good. 4th kill for her.
It was a long time between the 3rd and the 4th kill, I believe. That time she just reached high and snapped deep to area 6 and got her kill with her. She's averaging for the tournament 7 kills per set.
And delivers the ace.
We had an unusual stat down in that first set. No aces by either team. Only 1 service error by either team. Finally, Nikki Taylor comes up with an ace.
And more importantly, also delivered a bit of a smile. Let one out. Long faces on the Hawaii side of the net. Trying to get back into it here. Frager.
Once again, Maglio takes the cutback away, so Frager says, okay, I'll do my little wrist away shot. And she converts. Frager hits such high percentage. She's hitting .390 for the tournament, you see. Over 2 kills per set. She's got 2 already in this set.
Here's Maglio on the slide. Tried to go hard angle, but missed it wide. And Hawaii right now to start this second set in a funk. It is 5 serving 2. Iosia goes back row to Taylor. Maybe starting to calibrate a little bit here in the early goings of the second.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think her timing was off a little bit. Maybe she was rushing, getting under the ball a little bit, in too early, and then trying too hard to hit it to certain spots, avoiding the block. A lot of mistakes. I know she would, her swings she'd like to have back from that first set. Seems like she's correcting them now.
Bushler from off the net. Mag's got a touch. Iosia goes back to her in the middle and she puts it down. So Hawaii now getting a little rhythm going for serving 5.
Even when Claire Felix knew the ball was being set to Maglio in the middle, she could not keep it up fast enough. Maglio very quick.
Good serve by Anderson. Outside, here's Bushler rising up. And somehow returned by Hawaii. Bushler tried to push it with the left hand. She'll get another crack at it. Sends it wide. But Mike Seeley, he's going to argue that Hawaii's second touch on the previous return should have been a lift.
That's one that's not reviewable, by the way.
Exactly.
This challenge card won't work for this. There's one up. There's the second touch. Hard to tell there if it was lifted or not, but it came up so fast. You can see why it could go either way on the call.
Right side, here's Taylor. Solo block up, and she gobbles it up.
That's more vintage Nikki, don't you say, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Not trying to do too much, not trying to hit too hard. Take a little bit off it and hit for more placement. Those baseball players said hit them where they ain't.
It's a good rule of thumb.
Yep.
Felix, the touch, save by Anderson. And then Maglio, not going strong that time. Lawless trying to, off the block, saved by Iosia. Kahakai, bump set, was too far in front of the 3-meter. So free chance now for the Bruins. Outside, here's Bushler through the block and down. Missed opportunity for Hawaii on that transition.
Well, it really was. I don't think Nikki Taylor thought that she'd get a bump set there. Actually, the better set might have been to set the ESC on the front wall. She was ready to swing.
She thought about it, you could tell.
Yeah.
Here's Zana Muno, 5'10" sophomore. Played at setter primarily last year, but because of some early season injuries, she's been playing outside hitter, but also can play as a defensive specialist. Very well-rounded, versatile player. 6-6 here in the second. Granado saved by Simo. Bump set to Bushler, tight to the net, off the block, and into the antenna. Point UCLA. Bruins are playing pretty well, Chris.
They really are playing really steady volleyball. Bushler picks up kill number 4. Not hitting for great percentages. There's so many long rallies, so the percentage isn't. There's 228 she's hitting for the tournament, but tonight she's hitting like 071.
Granado tried to go line, missed it wide. Again, just a solo blocker on her that time, and it's a 3-0 Bruins run. They're up 2.
She had the smallest blocker up. Tried to tool her.
Pass by Greeley, a nice one. Here's Granado. Good touch there by the setter Chandler, who goes outside to Bushler. Dug up by Greeley, back over the net. Bushler a second time. Two-handed by Greeley. Chance for Hawaii. D-set to Taylor. And we play on. Bushler a third time. The dink didn't work. Missed the court.
How about the two-handed dig by Greeley? The ball was coming at her hard. She just put her hands up, and it was almost as if she was going to be setting the ball.
Gianna Guanasso. You pointed out an interesting stat. All the service errors we've been seeing here throughout the weekend, there was just one in that first set between these two teams. Unfortunately for Hawaii, it came on Aloha Bowl. Here's Felix. Oh, she dropped the anvil. And Guanasso was the victim.
And one of the reasons why Claire Felix, a 6'6" senior out of Colorado Springs, was an All-American in 2015 with shots like that. She had 336 on her career. All Pac-12 last year as well, but 336 for a career is amazing.
How about last night against Missouri State? 11 kills, hit 474. Granado got the touch. Point for Hawaii. McKenna Granado, who had that unconscious performance, 33 kills against Arizona. The 2 matches since, though, just 11 total. They would like to get her more acclimated here. 4 kills so far in this match. Here's Felix on the slide. And that's just easy pickings. The slide, Chris, an area that Hawaii has been victimized.
Is that my key to the game? Slip sliding away? They're starting to really use that effectively right now. Hawaii's got to defend that better.
Great Paul Simon song, by the way.
Yeah, it is. I think James Taylor did the remake of it.
Anderson dug up by Kahakai. That's a beauty. Outside it goes to Taylor, off the block and down. So Nikki Taylor now with 7 kills, and she is approaching positive numbers in the percentage department. In fact, with that, she is flatlining it, triple zeros. Crowd quiets for Granado, 9 serving 10. Cross-court bump set to Anderson. Right there is Kahakai. So Iasia has some options. Here's Taylor on the opposite side. And Nikki Taylor has awakened here in the second.
Starting to get warmed up. 8 kills, 7 errors, finally in the positive. This time she just challenges the block. Rather than trying to hit around it or over it, just goes right at the block, hoping she can wiggle it through. And she was successful.
Tied at 10. Formico has to bump set Anderson. Oh, still got a good swing on it. Jordan Anderson, despite having to readjust the feet a little bit, toured Italy and Croatia this past offseason with the USA Collegiate National Team.
Notice why he's doing everything they can to not serve Taylor Formico. Everybody else is getting opportunities.
The setter Chandler with the serve, two-handed by Greeley. Middle set, Castillo. Iasia and Castillo starting to get a good rapport with one another out there in that middle.
Yeah, the middles for Hawaii, both hitting. Maglo's hitting 375, and Castillo hitting over 500.
Yeah, 600 in fact. Anderson, that one hit the top of the tape. In fact, it hit the antenna, according to the line judge. So a point for Hawaii, and Mike Seeley's going to challenge this one. Gets the green card, hands it over to Dixon Chun, and they're going to challenge whether or not that indeed hit the antenna. It certainly hit the top of the tape at least, thus sending some tremors through that net. Whether or not it hit the antenna, though, is in question.
UCLA's challenging whether the ball touched the antenna.
Well, it sure does wiggle the antenna, but you can't tell from that angle. Let's see if we can tell here. Looks like it did hit the antenna there. This one might show for sure.
Yeah, it looked like it. Mike Seeley not shy about the challenges. He was sort of chomping at the bit. This was the first night, because it's only been in effect for the televised matches in this tournament. So this is the first night that Mike Seeley has had access to the challenges, and he's raring to go already with his second.
Yeah, you can see I think you saw the ball change its spin as it went over, hit the cable and hit the antenna at the same time right there. Looks to me like it hit the antenna. I'll tell you, the person who had the best view of it was the linesman looking right down the line there.
Made a very immediate call, but that's neither here nor there. It's on Dixon Chun here checking out the replay, and he's taking a long, hard look, Chris.
This is one of the things I don't like about the challenge is you just take too long.
Now the headset's off. Dixon Chun saying that there was nothing from the replay that he could conclude justified overturning the call, and so the call stands. It's a point for Hawaii. So Hawaii in front, third lead change of this second set. Lawless sends it long, no touch, and Hawaii up 2. So the Rainbow Wahine leading by 6 at one point in the first set. UCLA came roaring back. Hawaii then built a 4-point lead. UCLA came roaring back. They won the first 25-23. So no lead, seemingly safe here against the Bruins. Nice one-hand set, but a great dig in the back row. Frager dug up by Granado, but a net violation called against Hawaii before they could forge a return.
This was called on Maglio. She turned away from the play.
Serving 13. Here's Taylor. It's a standing swing that time. And the set off the mark. So free chance here for the Bruins. Outside, Bushler. The block had not formed, and she benefited. We're tied again for the 5th time in set 2.
The block didn't quite get them. I think she actually went line, too, around the block. Look at Bushler's numbers. Almost 3 kills per set.
Here's Maglio. Put a pounded into that set from Eosia.
Well, it's pretty obvious when Hawaii's got the ball, they get a good pass. They're going to try to go to the middle. When UCLA gets a good pass, and Frager's in there especially, they're going to set her in the middle, or they're going to set a slide to Felix.
Good serve. But really unable to put it down. Free ball coming. Diving save Taylor. So she's out of the transition, as Ryan pointed out between sets. Bushler dug up by Granado. Middle set, Maglio. Good touch there by Frager. Lawless against the opposite pin. Pulls the string, and Hawaii unable to get that area covered.
And that's an automatic release. The ball set that wide. Left back's got to release and go in and get that tip, or front right's got to come over and help out Eosia. But that one's a pretty easy read.
So we're tied at 14. Here's Maglio. Deep corner. Was there a touch? No touch, according to the officials. 15-14, UCLA in the second. Let's check out the first Hawaiian Bank top 3. These are the lengthiest series in the history of Hawaii opponents. UCLA, those two programs have played the most, 74. This is the 74th match. We mentioned that a few times here tonight. Hawaii has played no other opponent as many times. San Jose State, though, in the number 2 position at 69. And the Pacific Tigers playing Hawaii for the 64th time. Just last night. And as always, what seemingly has been a perennial gut-wrenching type of drag-out battle. Hawaii and UCLA playing tight again, especially here in this second set. Taylor Schlenner, 5'2" sophomore, coming in to serve for UCLA. Out of the timeout, 15 serving 14. She serves it into the twine.
She said her greatest, in the sport media guide, she said her greatest sports thrill was working hard to make the Bruin roster. You love hearing those kind of stories, walk-ons like that. Do so well and are so appreciative of the spot they get.
Claire Marie Anderson with the serve, tickled the tape. Lawless from off the net. Diving save, Kahakai. Bushler, and a net violation called against Hawaii. Bushler had the free swing, and it's a point for UCLA. We saw the Bruins rally in the first set. That is something that Mike Seeley says they focus on, to not panic. He says, our goal is to be able to feel comfortable when things are uncomfortable. They even have what he refers to as a mindfulness trainer. They do meditation, positive thinking. It paid off in that opening set, but Hawaii able to tie things up here with the hitting error.
Well, they got to use it on night number 1 against Pacific. They lost the first set, and things were not looking very good. Pacific was playing really well, and mostly not so well. And even like they got down in the second set as well. And then they came back and, I guess, put their mindfulness to work, and it paid off.
Anna Ponce now on to serve. Slide goes to Felix. Good dig by Taylor. Back row set to Greeley. Couldn't get anything on it. So Felix again on the slide, and that time she clobbers it. And Hawaii having some issues defending that play.
It's pretty easy to run when you get a good pass. And the first serve by Anna went right to Tanner Formico, their best passer. And then in transition, they had another good pass. So Claire Felix had 2 chances to put it away.
Here's Granado, double block up. Oh, she went hard angled by the block.
I'm surprised she went there. She had the small blocker down the line. She had Claire Felix at 6'6" cross court, but she chose to hit a little wrist away shot and puts it down. Great shot.
So 17 all. Here's Iosia with the serve into the net. Second service error for Hawaii. And that one ill-timed.
Hawaii's gotten pretty used to scoring points when Nikki Taylor and Iosia are back there serving. They tend to get aces during their rotation.
Here's Taylor on the outside, dug up back over the net. Castillo with the first touch. Taylor blocked and roofed. Frager again. Her 4th block of the evening.
Let's see if Dave Shows is going to call a timeout. They're down 2. Some separation there. Frager and Chandler got a piece of that.
Hawaii somehow gets it back over. Anderson down the line and in. No, they will say that that's out. And it's a point for Hawaii, no touch. Again, Mike Seeley and his coaching staff arguing what they thought should have been an open hand lift call on one of the second touches during that sequence on the Hawaii side.
I think he had a case there.
Meanwhile, Anderson misses down the line. Hawaii back within 1. Much needed break there. Step out goes to Frager. Kahakai has it covered. Bump set Granado to Sibley. Jordan Anderson digs it up. She'll get the set on the outside. The dink works again.
Once again, as Ryan Suji said earlier there, they're going to tip the ball. They're going to tip it when Nikki Taylor's in the back row. She's going to come up and dive for it, or sprawl for it, or something to get her out of the play so she cannot hit the D-ball.
Clutch play by Jordan Anderson, who didn't even start playing volleyball until she was 15 years old, was a soccer player throughout her childhood. Hawaii needs it. Castillo delivers it in the middle. Rainbow Wahine coming into tonight 3-2. Remember, they dropped their first 2 matches of the season. Since then, they've won 3 straight. In fact, the last 2 were sweeps. A different level of competition. Anytime it's Hawaii and UCLA, things just kick up a few notches. Frager finishes again.
Once again, Formico taking a lot of court, passed up another nice ball. Boy, he's really got to avoid her credentials, and they're so strong, digging and passing. She's one of the best in the country, and she's been All-American so many times.
7 kills for Frager. She's hitting 400. Backside set. Taylor roofed. Frager next to Bushler, and they had the All-Americans sealed up. Timeout, Dave Shoji. And the Bruins have opened up a 3-point advantage late in set 2. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Heineken. 4-2. That's Mike Seeley's record versus Dave Shoji since taking over at UCLA in 2010. UCLA with a chance to tie the all-time series. Hawaii right now leads at 37-36. These 2 programs have played every year, at least once, since 1974. But Hawaii in some trouble here. Already down a set, down 22-19. Emily Maglio hoping to spark and ignite a comeback.
Again, this is one area where Hawaii's been really strong. One of the bright spots tonight. Maglio with 9 kills, hitting over 300. Castillo hitting 667.
And Kendra Kelch comes into the front row for Noreen Iosio. What's the thinking here, Chris?
Just a little bit bigger block.
There's Nikki Taylor with the serve. Formico. Pass tight to the net. One-hand set goes to Frager. She's blocked. And it's knuckled over by Formico. Kelch goes outside. Sibley against a solo block. A fortuitous carom off the net. But Hawaii within 1. And a timeout taken by Mike Seeley. So we will keep things here. Hawaii trying to spark its own rally here late in set 2. Now we look at some of the numbers, and one of the numbers that stands out for sure, Chris, Nikki Taylor. 8 kills, 9 errors on 34 attempts. She's hitting -029. What is UCLA doing to make things more difficult for her?
Well, they're doing a couple things. You know, one is they're paying attention on the block and trying to get 2 blockers up on Nikki whenever they can. So she is the one player on Hawaii's side that will always see pretty much 2 blockers. The second thing they're doing is they watched every swing Nikki took the last 2 nights. They charted her. They see where her hitting tendencies are. So they place their back row diggers exactly where Nikki hits the ball a lot. Hence, she's gotten dug a lot. So when she got dug a lot the first few attacks, she started changing her swing, started trying too hard, trying to hit too hard, and that's when she got in trouble. She's got 8 kills, 9 errors, and that's not a very typical Nikki Taylor night, to be sure, but a lot of it has to do with what UCLA's block is doing and what the defense behind UCLA's block is doing.
Let's check in with Ryan Kalei-Suji. Ryan.
Well, very animated Hawaii coaching staff really trying to exhort this team. Dave Shoji's primarily talking to his blockers, including Kendra Kelch, who has just been inserted for blocking purposes. But in the timeout previous to this, Lindsey Berg told the team, hey guys, we've been down by worse. 8-2 in the 5th. This is nothing. Back to you guys.
That's a good point.
I like it. I like it.
There's a special UH Club for Keiki. Stop by Papa John's Pizza to join the UH Kids Club. Purchase a large pizza and children receive an official club t-shirt and a host of other benefits. Join the UH Kids Club today. Yes, that was that incredible come-from-behind match against Arizona where Hawaii was down 2-0 and then down 8-2 in the 5th. Still pulled it out. Frager dug up by Kahakai. Chance to tie it. Here's Taylor on the D set off the block. Formico has it covered. Outside it goes to Bushler down the line. Riley Bushler. She's had it going here in this second set from that outside position.
Ryan to Riley, what a good combination there. Ryan Chandler sent that ball on a very fast tempo to the outside. And Riley Bushler buried it.
So now Jenny Frager to serve. Pass by Kahakai. Hawaii needs it. Maglio, hard angle in. It looked like the initial inclination by the line judge was to signal out. Instead, it was signaled in, and it's a point for Hawaii.
You know what I like, though? Wayne Lee was following that ball the whole way, and he was calling it good work. No matter what the linesman was going to call, Wayne Lee followed that ball. That's what the good referees do.
So here's Claire Marie Anderson. Got to get it in. Forces an overpass. Maglio wasn't ready. Lawless. One-hand diving save, Kahakai. Granato will two-hand it over. Chance for the Bruins. Outside, here's Bushler. Put in an exclamation point on that one. 9th kill for Riley Bushler, and it is aloha ball for the Bruins in the second.
Big point. Could have been 23. All Dave showed you is going to use his last timeout right now.
That overpass caught Maglio by surprise. Opportunity missed for Hawaii, certainly. And some of those plays, they have piled up here in the first 2 sets. So what is Dave Shoji telling his team right here, Chris?
I think he's saying, we got Nikki Taylor back serving, or Eosia. There are going to be a lot of overpasses. Those front row players have got to be ready to be attacking those overpasses. Hawaii's missed a couple of opportunities that way tonight. I think he's also telling him the side out's really important. Here and there, he's probably giving actually a play call on a good pass. Mike Best, they're probably going to try to set the middle. On a broken play, go to Nikki Taylor. And then there'll be a 23-24, and they'll need to convert and score a natural point with the serve.
A good look at Mike Seeley. Led UCLA to the NCAA championship as head coach in 2011. It was their first in 2 decades. He also coached the Pac-12 All-Star team that went to China this past summer.
He also played on the national team, coached at Cal State Northridge, coached UCLA men, coached UCLA women, coached Hawaii. You know, his background in trying to learn how to be a good coach is quite extensive. And he was a great player in UCLA.
One of the best setters that they've had in that storied program. Captained the 1993 men's national title team. So yeah, he's one of those been there, done that type of volleyball figures. Certainly held an ace up the sleeve tonight in the form of Haley Lawless, who had not played yet this season. All of a sudden, she was good to go tonight, and it's aloha ball for UCLA in the second. Overpass, Greeley hammered down by Claire Felix, and UCLA takes the second, 25-22. And in order for Hawaii to win this match, this one will have to go 5 intermission time.
On nights 1 and 2, especially for Hawaii, when they had so many aces, but Eosia is being passed tonight, and Nikki Taylor's being passed. Only 1 ace tonight overall, so that's been a big difference, is that Hawaii has not been able to put UCLA out of system on offense.
Yeah, it's pretty even, as you see statistically, which I think makes this all the more regrettable from Hawaii's vantage point. Those 2 sets, even though they both went to UCLA, were very winnable for Hawaii.
Oh, definitely. I think that if Nikki Taylor had been hitting her normal 7 kills per set, Hawaii would have won both those sets. But you got to, 3 nights in a row for Nikki, and she hasn't played in a while. It's going to take her a while, I think, to get adjusted, and I think it looks like Lisa Strand-Ma's prediction is right.
We got Taylor Higgins in to serve to start this 3rd set, and the first serve goes long. 3rd service error tonight for Hawaii. So Taylor Higgins, the senior out of Punahou, out there at setter here for the Rainbow Wahine, down 2 sets to none. A must-win 3rd set. Here's Nikki Taylor off the block, dug up by Frager. Bushler from the outside pumps it long. So a Hawaii point. UCLA so good defensively. So is Hawaii. We have 91 total digs in the first 2 sets here tonight. And in the previous 2 matches for the Bruins, they had 5 players in double figures in digs in each of those matches. Because of players like that, Savannah Kahakai popping it up. Taylor unable to put it down. And Bushler will two-hand it over. Chance for Hawaii here. Set goes to Taylor. A knee violation called against the Bruins, but it does not take away from Taylor's bomb from the opposite position.
Check out Kahakai giving up her body once again, leads the Wahine and dig. She's got 15 now. Here's Taylor finishing up down the line, getting around the block. You know, Castillo was going up for the middle attack there, and UCLA's middle kind of went with her a little bit, so that Nikki Taylor did not see a full-fledged forehands across there.
Hawaii's been in this position before, Chris. What are the keys when you're down 2-0 in trying to come back?
Well, I think the first thing they've got to do is they've got to win the serve and pass game.
Higgins going backside to Taylor off the block. And down. So
they can win the serving game just by the way, by not serving Taylor Formica. That's number one. And they can win the passing game just by being really focused when they're receiving serve to give Taylor Higgins a chance to run an offense.
Felix put a whooping on that set.
Claire Felix, no wonder she made All-American. This is the first time I think Sealy has had 3 returning All-Americans. Looks like Claire Felix
fired up.
She knows this is her last time here at this arena, so I think that she wants to make the most of it.
Overpass by Greeley. Set goes high and away to Bushler. Double block up, goes off the block and out. Point for UCLA. Yeah, that's kind of the interesting part of this, right? This matchup is such a perennial type of event that we see these players going from freshmen all the way through their senior years. Claire Felix, one of them. Outside, here's Granado. Great dig in the back row by Simo. Now Bushler through the block, diving save Higgins. So Kahakai sets up Taylor, double block up, and Claire Felix lets out another roar of exclamation.
But it was all started by savvy Simo picking up her 12th dig. Here's the block. UCLA's 7th block of the night to Hawaii's 4. But Simo with a terrific dig in the back row from Granado's hit.
Muno with the serve. Middle set, Castillo, net violation. It's going to go against the Bruins, so Hawaii gets the freebie. We're tied at 4. If there has been a difference throughout this match, and I think the discrepancy statistically certainly doesn't tell the story, but it just seems like UCLA's points have come a bit easier than the majority of Hawaii points. Bushler off the block. And there's an example, just a little bit more in system than what we have seen throughout by Hawaii.
A little more firepower on the pins as well. Bushler and Jordan Anderson have been pretty powerful on the outside. And of course, their middles.
Blast by Granado. Jordan Anderson the dink. Saved by Higgins. Maglio bump sets Taylor off the block. Right there's Granado. So Higgins, where does she go? Middle to Maglio. But the connection was not there. Point UCLA.
It's not like Taylor Higgins hasn't set Maglio before. She's been setting her the whole preseason. So it's just a miscue there. Maybe a little bit of nervousness.
Here's Maglio in the middle. That time the connection was pure.
Goes right back to her. I like the way she showed confidence in her. I like the way that Maglio also went hard in the middle to be ready for that attack.
Maglio with 11 kills, hitting 320. Coming off that career high performance in blocks last night. Here's Taylor. She can score from the service line. Case in point.
He asked what Hawaii can do to come back. This is one of the things they can do to come back is serve tougher, bring out a few aces, or at least force the Bruins to pass the ball off the net.
6 serving 6. Back-to-back aces. So that makes Pops Taylor proud.
Graham Taylor very happy. Not much Ryan Chandler can do about that. A lot of luck involved there.
7 serving 6. That one blasted long. So we're tied again at 7. What else would you expect from Hawaii UCLA? Close, tight, emotional, pressure-packed. Bruins, though, up 2-0. D-set to Taylor. Diving save Formico. That was pretty. Now Anderson dumps it deep. What a save by Kahakai. Bump set to Granato off the fingertips of the block, and the Bruins will transition. Anderson blocked by Maglio. Sets it back to the middle of the floor. Bushler from the back row misses wide, and Hawaii wins a hard-fought sequence.
Taylor just rips this down the line, and the All-American Formico just pops it up easily. Kahakai getting that deep tip, and how about the bump set from Nikki Taylor there to the outside for Granato.
Savannah Kahakai does things out there on the volleyball court that just leave you breathless. That was one of them, her 16th dig of the match.
Kenny Ross in the game. Last week's lifesaver.
She was huge against Arizona with 7 kills. Granato tickles the tape with the serve. Maglio got her hands on the block. UCLA goes middle. Frager dug up by Taylor. Now Maglio in the middle. Saved by Bushler. Outside it goes Anderson. Maglio able to play it off the carom. Now back row set to Granato. How about the defense here? Anderson, the tip, blocked by Higgins.
Of all people, the smallest blocker on the court. How about that?
It has worked time and time again for UCLA, so the time that it doesn't, we're going to give it the Fujitsu Air Conditioning cool play of the match. Higgins just hanging and levitating long enough.
That was Higgins' hang time.
Another joust at the net. Little scramble play here for the Bruins. Chance for Hawaii after the Kahakai dig. D-set to Taylor. Curls it in. And the Taylor-made set. Taylor Higgins to Nikki Taylor. Once again shows itself here at the Stan Sheriff Center.
Nikki Taylor did a much better job of finding the court, keeping the ball in play, challenging the block.
Anderson playing it from far off the net. It's going to be a point for Hawaii. Didn't get over the tape. And the Rainbow Wahine up 4. Timeout, Mike Seeley. Hawaii thinking comeback. Got a long way to go. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Some much-needed life coming from the Hawaii side of the net in this top 15 matchup early in the 2016 season. Number 8 UCLA and number 15 Hawaii. The Bruins winning the first 2 sets, 25-23 and 25-22. It has been a night of some uncharacteristic struggle for Nikki Taylor, but she has started to find a little bit of the rhythm and the range. Hawaii up 4 here in the third. Good save there on the play over by McKenna Ross. Taylor unable to put it down that time. Good dig by Bushler, who gets the set from the back row and pummels it. She now has 12 kills on the evening.
Great swing, nice set by Ryan Chandler as well. Bruins looking pretty good in transition there. Love the way Bushler hits that pipe set. I think she hits it even better than she does her left side attack.
And here's Ryan Chandler. You were talking about Riley Bushler's dad winning NBA titles. Ryan Chandler comes from darn good stock, too. Maglio blocked. We'll explain that in a moment. Bump set to Taylor on the D set. She detonates. But Ryan Chandler, the setter for UCLA, as you take another look at Nikki Taylor finding the connection. Ryan Chandler, her dad, Chris, was an NFL quarterback for 17 years. You may remember, led the Atlanta Falcons to Super Bowl 33. And her grandfather, John Brody, also a longtime NFL quarterback with the 49ers, was the 1970 MVP.
There's some athletic genes running through her veins, doesn't she?
Goodness. Jenny Frager, by the way, getting the side and the point back for UCLA. Simo. Pancake pass by Higgins to keep the sequence going. Lawless. Right there is Kahakai. So Higgins surveying the court, went middle to Castillo. Good scramble action by UCLA. Taylor sent it long. Mike Seeley arguing his point to Dixon Chun. He thought that should have been an ace. Taylor Higgins busting out the spatula on the first touch. D-set to Taylor. Taylor to Taylor again.
That time, Nikki Taylor only one blocker up. You know, if you got a blocker at the net for UCLA and Formico behind the block, it's like having two blockers up because Formico digs most of those shots.
Good dig by Granado. She gets the set on the pipe. Dug up in the back row by Simo. She'll get the swing from behind the line. But they're going to give that block to Castillo. And it's going to be another point for Hawaii. They're up 4 here in the midsection of this third set. Casey Castillo starting to look comfortable out there in the middle. That went into the net.
A good jump serve by Higgins.
Here's Taylor on the opposite side. Blocked and roofed. They are just spotting her, Chris. And they are following her wherever she goes.
Yeah, they really are. That ball set a little tight to the net. Nikki couldn't do much with that one.
6 blocks here for Jenny Frager. High and away set to Taylor. Again, caught it fat. It goes long without a touch. Nikki Taylor, who night in and night out can make things look so effortless, having to exert a lot of effort here in this final night of the Hawaiian Airlines Classic. Step out to Felix, diving save. Granado back over the net it goes. Here's Bushler by the double block and down. Point UCLA. They've ripped off 3 straight, and it's a 1-point set 3.
Boy, you just cannot give free balls to UCLA in transition. The Bruins are just so tough. There's a split block. Bushler takes advantage of the split block. Just rips it for Bushler. Kill number 13.
So she's got a double-double. 13 kills, 10 digs. And Frager again to serve. Pass by Ross. Outside it goes to Taylor. The solo block attempt. And nothing doing there by Haley Lawless.
So Frager tried to pick on the freshman Ross. Ross popped it up there nicely to the net. She passed the passing test.
Well, despite McKenna Ross's hitting prowess against Arizona, she did enter the program to be a defensive specialist. She's just a little more of a well-rounded talent than she gets given credit for. As Haley Lawless is able to find the floor there.
Lawless is just her 3rd kill of the night on 10 tries. And she's coming off the injured reserve list. Only playing the front row, and in the back, here comes Zana Muno.
Attacks Greeley. Good pass there. Here's Granado on the outside. Hit the antenna. And we're tied again at 15. And this is almost a mirror image of what transpired in set 1, where Hawaii built not a huge lead, but one of some distance, up by 6 at one point in the first set. They were up 4 here just moments ago in the third. Here's Taylor. Sends it long. And a timeout taken by Dave Shoji. It's just been one of those evenings so far for the Rainbow Wahine. Welcome back to the Stan Sheriff Center. Precarious scenario here now for the 15th ranked Rainbow Wahine. On the final night, a true championship matchup in the Hawaiian Airlines Classic. Hawaii and UCLA. Rainbow Wahine trailing 2-0. They were up 14-10 seemingly a few blinks of the eye ago. Now trailing by 1, and Granado sends it long. Hawaii, right before that swing, was hitting 0.74 in this set. UCLA not a ton better at 0.69. More of a battle of hitting attrition here in the third. Taylor Higgins back in at setter, entering in this third set. And Nikki Taylor, some of the bomb swings not falling, so she decides to just touch it over and it works. Go figure.
Hawaii needs some sort of offense, that's for sure. And they're going to look to Nikki Taylor, I'm sure, to bring them out of this funk they're in offensively.
15 kills for Nikki, 14 errors on 52 attempts, hitting 0-19. Gets another opportunity, goes off the block, and out point for the Rainbow Wahine. Just got to get, if possible, that first set when trying to put together a comeback. You got to win the third, take some of that pressure off, apply some of the pressure to the opponent. The dink works for Riley Bushler.
See how Formico stole that pass? She's covering an awful lot of court, I'm telling you. Boy, he's trying to serve it away from her, but she keeps stealing the passes from somebody else who puts up passes that are good enough so UCLA can run an offense.
And an ace by Riley Bushler.
UCLA's first ace of the night. They're pretty high. They know they have a large team that can block well. They're leading Hawaii 8-5 in blocks, so they know that they just keep the ball in. Their block's going to score points. They got to give the block a chance.
And nobody getting the second touch after the first Greeley pass. Another ace. Bushler was the team leader in that category coming into tonight. A two-time Pac-12 honorable mention. And this is now teetering on the precipice for Hawaii. Down 20-17. Dave Shoji sensing that. Signals for a timeout. It is now or never time for this team against a Bruins squad that just always seems to have a little extra something for this matchup.
I think the biggest thing the Bruins have is, as we see Tony Kern, former Greek Bruins men's volleyball player, talking to the team. What they have that they haven't had before is 3 returning All-Americans. I don't think the program has ever had that. Certainly I don't think Mike Seeley's had it in his tenure. And that brings so much experience. It brings savvy. And also, by the way, you said it earlier, these girls have been here, the seniors have been here 3 times already. So the Stan Sheriff Center is not new to them. And so hence they tend to play great matches here, and they feed off the crowd more than anything else, I think.
Mike Seeley says that he makes it a point. The discussion leading into this match isn't, hey, this is a storied rivalry, let's go get them. This is like any old volleyball match, and we live in the now. And that seems to have been adopted by the players. You can see there has been zero panic when that team has been down here tonight against Hawaii.
Usually the panic will show up by a lot of missed serves. They get nervous, and UCLA's only missed 1 serve all night long. Jordan Anderson, a senior. Claire Felix, another senior. Jenny Frager, another senior. Taylor Formico, another senior. And most really good teams in the top 10 in the country, you'll see a core of seniors leading the way. UCLA's no different.
Can Hawaii muster a rally here in the third? Kahakai the pass. Higgins goes backside to Taylor. Blocked, kept alive by Kahakai. Now outside the opposite way to Granado. Blocked en route. Stuffed by that UCLA front line. Claire Felix going pin to pin on that sequence.
UCLA block is really getting the job done. If they're not getting the block, they're forcing the attackers to choose different paths, and it very often ends up in Hawaii making a hitting error. Hawaii now with 25 hitting errors on the night.
Middle set, Maggs puts it down. Much needed point for Hawaii. You saw Emma Smith, another true frosh, in there for the Rainbow Wahine moments ago.
What a great pass. Just didn't play last night. Comes in and just money. They tried to pick on her right there. She came through.
From Manhattan Beach, one of several Hawaii players. They have played through the club ranks with a lot of these UCLA players, also in the high school ranks. So there's a lot of familiarity on both sides of the net. Here's Granado through the double block, dug up by Formico. Beautiful dig. Anderson from the outside. The touch on the block. Chance for Taylor. Handcuffs Bushler, but Formico still able to get the second touch. So free chance here for Hawaii. They need it. Step out. Maggs is blocked. Kahakai going outside. Granado, the dink. Snipped out by Muno. Here's Anderson. Woo! They'll say it goes off the block and out. I thought that it actually may have touched one of the UCLA hitters. But it's a point for the Bruins. Anderson able to elude it.
Bruins starting to flex their muscles here at the end of the third set. Got separation in the early 20s.
Taylor gets it down. They needed that one in the worst way.
Emma Smith came up with a great dig, 2 great passes. Now she's going to come out of the game for someone else in the front row. Looks like it's going to be McKenna Ross.
McKenna Ross and Kendra Kelsch being inserted into the match for Smith and Higgins. So that blocking setter substitution you talk about, Chris.
Exactly.
Huge crowd coming out tonight on this Saturday to take in Hawaii and UCLA, the latest chapter. Can the Rainbow Wahine prevent this chapter from being remembered as a sweep? Anderson, that time it was certain that it went off of Jordan Anderson.
Nice rainbow wall that time. I think Kendra Kelsch got most of that one. Good blocking substitution by Dave Shoji.
20 serving 22. Granado knuckleballs it over. Outside, Anderson down the line and in. So the Bruins a couple of points away. How surprised are you, Chris, that we are on the verge of a possible sweep by either team?
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I thought this might go 5 tonight. I didn't expect either team would sweep at all.
Chandler with the serve. Granado two-hands it. Higgins middle to Maglio, blocked. Z-set to Taylor against a solo block. Anderson able to get a piece, and it's somehow returned. Higgins on the second touch. Caught him sleeping.
I don't think Hawaii's tried one dump shot tonight, but here's our CPB, how it works. Catch them while they're sleeping. Do one shot all night long and get a critical kill. Taylor Higgins, great shot.
So that's how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. Meanwhile, UCLA able to knock one in from the outside position again, and we have Aloha ball for the match. Overpass, joust at the net, and Taylor Higgins wins, so Hawaii still with breath.
I'd say Hawaii's got 2 centers in Iosia and Higgins who can really serve it, and they can really joust it.
Aloha ball for the match still for UCLA. Higgins couldn't dig it up, and this one is over, and UCLA once again rises to the occasion against Hawaii. And in the Stan Sheriff Center, Mike Seeley leads his team to a sweep of the Rainbow Wahine.
Look at those scores. A total of 8 points separate these 2 teams tonight after a couple hours of volleyball. Fans got their money's worth with some tremendous rallies. Great playing by both sides. And I suspect that Dave Shoji is a little disappointed that this is his second to last chance at playing against a top-ranked team to build up his RPI. He only gets Washington next week, and then it's going to be a drought during the Big West Conference.
He was expecting more, there's no doubt. 120 combined digs, by the way, and what was expected to be a defensive tussle, it was, but UCLA wins in 3. Scott Robbs has Dave Shoji.
Thanks a lot, Kanal. Coach, it seemed like tonight you guys just couldn't sustain anything. Couldn't keep the leads, and it just was a difficult night.
Yeah, well, we just had too many unforced errors, and, you know, every game was close, so if you take care of some of those unforced errors and flip the points, you know, I think we win a game or 2, but we just gave them too many, and you can't do that against a good team.
All right, you made a change after the intermission. You went with Taylor Higgins. What was your hope or what was your thinking there?
Well, just change the tempo of the game maybe. You know, she sets a little different ball and just searching for something. Taylor's been a really good player for us over the years, and so we didn't lose anything at that position. And again, you know, it was just a lot of too many errors, and otherwise we played well. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought your middles played very well tonight. Maglio, Castillo, they did very well for you.
Well, you know, Max is a really good player. Casey, I thought, played well, contributed tonight. So, you know, but we just we don't have a real great balance to our attack, and you know that one left side position is not contributing enough. So anyway, we're okay though.
All right, Dave. Thanks.
All right, thanks.
Guys, back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Bank of Hawaii presents the players of the match. Riley Bushler, 14 kills, 11 digs, and a double-double performance to go along with 3 blocks. Savannah Kahakai, 19 digs to lead everybody. We thought that there was going to be a lot of defense played, and certainly there was. It came down to just a few plays here and there, and it seemed as though when it was on the line, it was UCLA making the key plays.
Yeah, that really was the difference. And Hawaii, uncharacteristic 25 hitting errors tonight. Very uncharacteristic. That's 8 hitting errors per set. That's not a typical Hawaii team. They did play some great Hawaii defense, though. That's for sure.
Final numbers for Nikki Taylor, 17 kills, hit 0.54 to go along with 9 digs. So you heard from Dave Shoji, certainly difficult to put everything into perspective immediately after a match like that. But moving forward, what has to happen this week for this Hawaii team?
Well, I think they're going to go back to the drawing boards and make positions up for grabs, make it competitive in the gym. And I think next weekend's tournament will be a great chance for them to bounce back. I think they'll be just fine. And they're getting Annie Mitchum probably the next couple of weeks, too, and that will make a big difference.
That will make a big difference, both figuratively and literally, for this Hawaii team, which falls to an even 3-3 on the year. It was a weekend of sweeps for Hawaii. They swept the first 2 matches and then got swept by their old longtime rival UCLA, 25-23, 22, and 22. The Bruins now 6-0 here in 2016. That'll do it for us. Don't forget about the Heineken post-game show. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Till next time, aloha.